scores it 118 to 110 for Canelo. 114, 114. The 3-minute split. This is officially.
So anyone who says there is not corruption in boxing is batshit crazy. Unfortunately, last night was at least the 5th time that Canelo has been the recipient of highly favorable and or corrupt judging. We see how Canelo got a 119-109 against Cotto, a 117-111 against Lara, a 114-114 against Mayweather, and a 118-109 against Austin Trout. Man, I just cannot understand how Triple G is such a good sport.
No, just I want a big drama show, just I'm praising him every round, just I don't know, just I think I win. I believe I win because just maybe I give him 3 or 4 maximum rounds, and I feel like I win. And did you see reaction? Reaction all people is right now all fans understand who's champion.
What do you say about that 118-110 scorecard, which nobody saw in the arena?
No, this is not correct. These people not understand boxing. For what? Oh, I'm a champion. I'm pressing every round. Just on control every round.
Well, it was built to be the fight of 2017, and in a lot of ways, it did not disappoint. This is how our Dan Rayfield scored it. Eight rounds to 4 in favor of Gennady Golovkin, but 3 judges in Las Vegas were watching a different fight. They've awarded it a draw.
Teddy usually pisses me off, but in this particular situation, I believe he is dead on and correct to be irate.
I told you so. Told you controversy. You did. Said it all week.
Well, what's your reaction to the decision?
Corruption in boxing. Follow the money.
Yeah.
That's the problem with this sport. And people will be satisfied to a certain extent, but people will be sickened and will say, I can't continue to love something that doesn't love me back.
As for Stephen A. Smith, to me, he is crazy as well. I mean, it's unbelievable to me that a sports analyst cannot see the pattern with Canelo. He thinks this is just one isolated incident.
Well, listen, I don't think it was Triple G going away. I thought the fight was closer. I had it 115, 113 for Triple G. But the reality of the situation is that this has been tarnished by a judge that clearly had no business judging the fight. Adelaide Byrd, whatever her name is.
Adelaide Byrd scores it 118 to 110 for Canelo.
118, 110, she needs to be tested immediately. Makes no sense whatsoever. There's no way in hell that it's a 118, 110. That's a completely lopsided fight on either end. She had it for Canelo. There's no way on earth that Canelo won 118, 110. But I'm not going to talk about getting fixed and all of that stuff. I'm not going to discredit the sport that way. But I'm going to tell you, this particular judge did not show up to work tonight. Something is wrong. They didn't know what they were doing. 118, 110, please.
Well, Stephen A. doesn't want to go there, but Teddy, I get the sense that you want to go. When you say corruption,
I don't discredit the sport. I discredit the so-called executors of the sport, the people that are supposed to be enforcing the sport, looking out for the sport, ruling over the sport. I put an indictment on them. An indictment on them. They are corrupt. I have no problem saying it. They are corrupt. There's no
No.
way that you see 118 to 110 for Canelo and you say, well, it's just a mistake. It was just my judge. No, it's not a mistake. That can't be a mistake. Look, this sport has shown history.
I'd like to respond.
We all want to ignore it, but this sport has shown history of corruption. The IBF, years ago, Bob Lee, the president, he got caught on videotape taking money. He was the president of the IBF. Everyone forgets a few years ago, there was a woman judge, $30,000 wound up in her bank account after a bad decision. What is that? What is that?
Hold it. May I respond?
Go ahead, Stephen A.
May I respond? But I am not going to sit up here and condemn and indict the entire sport of boxing. Tonight, it was one judge. Her name was Adelaide Byrd, who did not show up to work or showed up to work with something clearly wrong with her. She needs to be tested for something because something is wrong if you judge the fight 118, 110. But that is one individual. You can eradicate them, make sure they don't judge the next fight or the fight after that, and go on from there. Certainly, there's money in a rematch. We understand.
In any event, De La Hoya was a winner last night. He's going to be able to get a lucrative rematch. Canelo was a winner last night. He also is going to get a rematch, of course, when Triple G is much older. And Triple G, being the honest, respectable, good sportsman that he is, will probably accommodate Golden Boy and Canelo's demands during this rematch. In my opinion, Triple G should just stay as far away from Vegas as possible. But that's just my opinion. And then the Bennett from the commission, Bob Bennett, oh my gosh. So he wants to sit down and have coffee with this Byrd. I mean, he wants to sit down over a cup of Starbucks or whatever and discuss the fight. I mean, what is there to discuss? She was completely off. Or she got completely paid, one or the other.
I'll go over the fight with Adelaide round by round. She'll have to articulate to me what she saw, how she saw it, why she scored each round the way she did, and then we'll continue to move forward from there. There's not one person sitting in this audience that, in whatever their profession is, haven't had a bad night. She was off her mark tonight. So we will take appropriate action. We'll go over the fight. We'll look at it round by round, like I said, and we'll continue to move forward.
Both guys didn't agree with the decision. And I have to say it again. The 118 to 110, I don't understand. I really don't. And like I said, Byrd is a very competent judge, but I just do not understand 18-110. Guys, I'm with you guys. 118-110 is what's going on here, but I did have, and that's my opinion, and I'm not a judge. I had Canelo winning 7-5.
Anyway, as usual, boxing loses. And don't get me wrong, it was an exciting fight. Just the judging was absolutely terrible. But as far as boxing goes, how are the fans supposed to respect the sport, its rankings, and even its champions when BS goes on like it did last night? Anyways, just my thoughts. You guys take care. Have a great day.